I need to click back into the game. Aha! There's a place we didn't see before. I didn't mean to click tab. Emma, do you stream it yourself? And yes, starting off is very hard. This is my 3rd stream ever. And it's still a little bit scary. There's still like, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about in the stream? What if I completely have dead air and just mess up all the time? And I've already died a lot. I've already had dead air. So I guess all the bad, worst things that could happen have happened. And I've lived to tell the tale, right? Like that's all you really need to know, is that people will understand that you're human and are figuring it out as you go along, and hopefully those people will stick with you, and if not, I'll hopefully find an audience in the future. So I'm doing the best I can is what it comes down to. Yes, I agree. Anyone without any patience aren't worth having around. I appreciate your sentiments. Thank you. Emma said, it definitely takes time. Getting used to people coming and going was the hardest for me, not taking it personally. Yeah, there was someone who came in at the beginning of my last stream, and I was so thankful to have... Sorry, I'll finish that comment in a second. This leads me back to right where I was. I need to go somewhere new. There was someone who came in at the beginning of my last stream, and I was so thankful to have them around because my mic was on mute. And I didn't know it, and they were around to tell me that, and then they signed off. After being nice about it and giving me like a perfect thumbs up and everything, that my sound was fine. And then they didn't come back, and I don't know where they went. And it was hard to take it a little personally, or hard to not take it a little personally, because they're like, oh, did they just not like my stream? Did they not find interest with it? Because they were so nice about everything. But yeah, I'm getting used to that. Oh wow, you've had people been here for months and drop. What do you stream? Sorry, 1 second. Going up. Oh, you've been streaming since January. That's awesome. It comes with time. Yeah, having raids is really awesome. This was my first one, so I appreciate all of you raiders. Like that was awesome, seeing all the plot bunnies and bunny bombers and everything. It was a lot of fun. This is definitely the most people I've had in my stream since I started 2 weeks ago. You had months of talking to yourself. Yeah, everyone's been there. Yeah, it is. It's also interesting having people come in and out of chat. Like over the past 2 streams, I've gotten used to playing the game and talking about what the game is doing, but then going over to chat and making sure I'm not missing anything from all of you lovely people, and I'm thrilled to have you. I really appreciate you being here. It's just taking a little bit of getting used to all the different components. Okay, thanks, Emma. I appreciate it, and definitely enjoy playing games with your sister. That's awesome. I have a sister and a brother, and I love doing things with them. Talking to yourself takes time. Be patient and talk about anything you can. I love it. Yes, I appreciate it. And if you want to check out any of my other episodes, I do have the VODs still available, and I'm putting them up on YouTube in shortened clip form, so you can check them out if you want. I do get into some pretty deep topics and personal conversations. It's been an interesting journey so far, and I'm loving every minute of it. Yes, Joe, share some funnel cake with me. I love funnel cake. It's the perfect summer food. That and watermelon and lemonade. But funnel cake is always like reminding me of carnivals and Great Adventure and things like that. So that's... Funnel cake is great. Are you actually eating funnel cake, or are you just imagining having funnel cake? All right, I don't know where this last thing is. Maybe when I actually... I don't know. We haven't gotten a lot of the fragments yet, though. We've only gotten 2. Nope, we don't want to turn that off. Stop it! Oh, you actually made some funnel cakes. They came out all funny looking, but they taste yum. I'm sure they do taste yummy, and that's the most important part. And funnel cakes kind of look funny to begin with, so I think you can't really go wrong with funnel cake unless you're burning the dough. I mean, it's almost like a Jackson Pollock painting made of dough, right? Like you're just kind of squiggling the dough everywhere. Or are you doing it a different way? You're making like more Zeppelin type things. Alright, I'm not sure. So we're gonna go to this section and see what happens. We went to the beginning though. Which is not really where we want to be, but that's where it put us. I'm glad you appreciate the Jackson Pollock reference, Joe. So we are back at the beginning. So where do we go? We already went that way. Where do we go from here? Why are his paintings worth millions? Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think he was the first to originate that kind of a style, is part of it. And there's a lot of modern art that I don't really understand, like signing your name on a urinal doesn't really say art to me, because you didn't create that. But there are people who actually tried to mimic Jackson Pollock paintings and just were unable to really put down the colors and the lines the way that he did. Like he was actually, as far as I know, I took an art history class and I think my knowledge is coming from that, but I could be mistaken, it's possible. But he, as far as I know, he did his paintings to music and was actually really methodical about how he was putting his brush down to create those very chaotic works of art. And he did it to music, and he, like, it's supposed to represent like his emotions and his feelings and the music that he's listening to. So I think there was a lot of method to it, even though looking at it doesn't make us necessarily think that. I'm really not sure where I'm supposed to go now, because I haven't seen anything else that we haven't gotten. I mean, obviously there are places we haven't gotten, but I don't know where they are. And it seems that I'm averaging at least one really good getting stuck moment in every stream so far, where I'm thinking, oh, I need to go look at a walkthrough, and then eventually I figure it out. So we'll see if I can figure it out this time. I'm thinking we have to do something with those illuminated manuscripts back up where we just were, but I didn't see anything that made us go into a different area. But that's all I can think of, so we're gonna go check again. And there's nothing here. Can we get out on it? No, we cannot. Augie, are you still here? Do you have any hints about where to go next? Okay, we did this. I love these crystal shard type things. I guess they're fuse reactors or something. Some kind of maybe nuclear reactor, but they do look like little stars, little crystalline stars in the middle of these areas, which is really pretty. There's one that's not turned on. Oh, there are a few that aren't turned on. Oh, okay, we found another area. Good. Let's kill the bug. I just assume that most of the things here are going to be spark related power, so I'm just going to default to that. Aha! We found another one. Is it the last one? Did we do a thing? Not yet. Semiconductor. That's a nice long word. Oh, we did a thing. I don't totally know where that was, but we'll find it. Is there anything down here? Before we... Okay, we already got this one. Nothing else? No, we had a chest over there that I remember getting. Yeah, I've been having a nice time hanging out with you too, Joe. Do you need to go, or are you still hanging out for a little bit? So that closed. Is there a chest down here? Why is this a ramp that I can get to if there's not a chest down here? Oh. Because there's an area I can get to here. Aha! Oh, 8, 9. I hate numbers. Especially since I don't have a number pad. I'm really good with numbers on a number pad, but I don't have one of those on my keyboards. There we go. And we have found another fragment. Awesome. Wait, let's get these up here. So it's still gonna be here. I'm thinking maybe... Yes, definitely start chatting with Yo Erica, what's the deal? I love that. I've heard deal jokes my entire life, and I love them. I think they're great. Okay, we finally found the other piece, or the missing, whatever that was, manuscript. Great. 3 of 5 fragments collected. Let's go look what it does to the picture. Oh, we have a street sign here now that says no turns. Backwards. Okay, we're slowly filling it in. I still love it. I think it's really pretty. 2 more to go. not entirely sure where to go next. Are those the doorways that open down there? That archway down there? That might be something. Nope, not this way. Alright, that's already activated, I think. We did this already, but I'm not... I forget what it opened. Okay, where is that? We will have to go in search of it. Alright, where are we supposed to go now? Maybe since we completed this area, we're supposed to go back to the beginning and go down to the areas we were in before. But I can't seem to go that way. Okay. What other games do I plan on playing? That is a good question. I'm trying to figure that out, and if you have any suggestions, please feel free to offer them up. I love Undertale. I haven't played Deltarune yet, so I was thinking of playing Deltarune by way of Undertale first, because I think the storyline is fantastic there and merits discussion. Doki Doki Literature Club is also really good. Obviously. Okay, here we go, back to teleporting. And I'm trying to find some other story-based games. I'm trying to see what would be good for now on my Mac for me that is available and isn't too CPU intensive. So I'm definitely open to suggestions. We still have a few more hours left in this, so probably a few more streams, a few more chapters. So I don't have to tackle that question quite yet, but I'm definitely thinking about it. You have some games that have great stories, but they're definitely not PG-13. Yeah, I think I'm modeling Scott's stream on this one and probably sticking with the PG-13 type of things. Like romance is fine, but graphic sex and lust and things like that, if that's what you're thinking, or a lot of curse words, probably not quite my thing. Trying to keep it family friendly. But if you have any good stories for me to play on my own, like I love good stories regardless of where they're coming from or what they're doing, I'd be open to checking them out. I'm always on the lookout for good games and good stories. How's your spicy story coming along, Joe? A game I've played with my brother, a great co-op game, is A Way Out. Have you heard of it? I don't think so. I played a co-op game with my brother. I'm not sure what the title of it was, though. I don't think it was A Way Out, but it may have been. It was, I don't know, I'm going, let's try this way. It was, you're in this place, and the other person has to talk to you about with a map. And I guess you're in like a cavern type place, or it's a building, but there are definitely tunnels in the building. I'm definitely misrepresenting this game. So probably no, I have not played it, but co-op games are a lot of fun. I love co-op board games. I think they're great. Augie Talk and I played one this past weekend called A Forbidden Island. The Forbidden Island, I think. And it was a lot of fun. I love co-op games because you're not competing against anyone. I mean, there are forces of evil that or darkness or whatever, sickness in pandemic that you're trying to overcome, but you're not being pit against your friends. And we won. We did win our game, barely. Like, I think pretty much on the last move we won our game, but we won the game, and that's all that matters. Alright, let's see what the map says. If the map is helpful at all. Okay, so there's nothing really around us. We are at the edge of this area. I would love to get the next upgrade for the chest reveal. I'm not sure what that turquoise square is. That's not on my key signature. All I see right now are lifts. Okay. Yeah, that's a different game. A Way Out is about these two guys who have to escape prison, and they are seeking revenge after this particular person that kind of set them up and sent them to prison in the first place. Oh yes, that's very different. That sounds really interesting. You've been rethinking and rewriting new beginnings for the story, but you haven't written for that story in a few days. But thanks for asking. Of course, I like your spicy story. I think it's really interesting. And I love the fact that it's called The Spicy Story. I haven't written anything in a few days on my story either, so I know how that goes. I've been working on that pamphlet for my website that you've seen a few times in free share, Joe, and if you're on the Discord for Scott's stream, I've shared it there the past few days as well. I'm about to get into like the second draft of doing that, which is good. Okay, here we go, because I can't wait to make it better, because it is a little poopy right now, as all first drafts are. Okay. And we have a number box. 1, 5, 6, 4, 2, 3, 6, 4, 8. Ooh, 650, a nice small one. 4 of 5 fragments collected. Awesome. What does that look like? Sorry that I double clicked my tab. I don't know what that is. Does anyone have a clue of what that shadow is? Is it 2 people, do you think, in silhouette? I guess we'll have to find the next fragment to figure that out, but... Huh. I don't know. I'm really not sure what that is yet. Hopefully the last one, if we find the last one, we will at some point, definitely, will point us to the right direction and be clear about what that is. Looks like an alien spaceship about to take over New York. Yes, it does. Let's look at it again. I like your interpretation, Joe. I think that's a great one. It's Independence Day.